Tennessee can lock up that top spot with a win against the Texans next week. You got to think that they can take care of business in Houston. So the Titans plus 500 to make the Super Bowl could have some value, right? If they have one less game to play. We know Geoff likes it, but Pearce, is it an overreaction to take them in the AFC at that number?
Overreaction is being kind. How about a terrible, stupid, awful play to take the Titans to win games in the playoffs?
New year, Pearce. It's the new year. You had a chance to turn over a new leaf, pal, and get on this Titans bandwagon, which is unstoppable right now. That's fine. You tell us all your favorite bet then that it's not the Titans. Go.
You had a perfect chance to get off this thing. You stuck with it when Derrick Henry went down, which was absolute crazy. I get it. We all knew that they would win this division. The division has America's team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, in it, Houston Texans, and a Colts team that's just good. Of course they won the division. Who doubted that? They played a soft schedule. Now the real season starts, and it's the same thing we see from the Titans every year. They have to be perfect or undefeated in January and February, and they've had better offenses and better defenses, and they failed to do that. They're often a one-and-done team. Ryan Tannehill is not going to move this team in the playoffs, throwing for $150 every game. This defense has issues. I've talked about it all season. It's fine. Throw your money away. Bet them to win the Super Bowl. I can't wait to hear Geoff throw his money away.
Okay, Geoff, go ahead. Tell us why you're throwing your money away, I guess.
I mean, my money is already thrown away, according to Pearce. I got the Titans at plus 1,400 and plus 1,000 to win the conference. And I do still like them at plus 500. Yes, they're going to get a bye. That's huge. Because, Pearce, it's simple math. They only have to win 2 games now instead of 3. And I just don't know how you don't like this team over, say, the Bills. The Titans have beat everyone in their conference. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Colts twice. What else does this team need
Patriots?
to do? Their defense is absolutely peaking at the right time. They were one of the worst in yards per pass attempt at the start of the year. Now, guess what? Well under 7 yards per attempt. They're actually above average in that. Their sack rate is going up as well. Like, Vrabel has this defense playing extremely good. And I don't care if you like Ryan Tannehill, because guess what? Derrick Henry is coming back. Plus 500 with the extra week of rest for Henry. Man, I still think there's value here.
Okay, do you agree with that, Matt?
No, I agree with Pearce. I'm going to be a little nicer about it, but I agree that the Titans are overvalued. No, Geoff does deserve credit because there was a point in the year where the Titans were kind of struggling and then they were playing really well. And I thought it was a mirage, but they beat the Bills and they beat the Chiefs. And like, there were some impressive wins in there. I don't think they've played well recently. I think the Dolphins win, sure, they played well. They've had a bunch of bad games, and just the good start they had to the year is why they wound up in this spot. They've kind of backed their way into the 1 seed. There were some games that could have gone the other direction, like against the Colts, where Carson Wentz basically just decided he didn't want to win the division this year and let the Titans win in overtime. But I just don't think this is a very good team. I think they're roughly average, and they deserve to be among the favorites because they do have this bye now, assuming they get it. But even with that, like I think the Chiefs are a much better team. I think the Bills are a better team. And I think the Patriots are enough of a better team that I'd still rather have them at longer odds. So if you ask me who's more likely between New England and Tennessee to win the AFC, I think it's close and you're getting longer odds on Tennessee. So I don't think it's an awful bet, but there are other teams I'd rather have, to put it more nicely.